Hi everyone. If you want to correct this exercise, you can download the PDF from the description. You can complete it, then come back. I will go over all the answers, explaining the tricky bits, and I will keep it quick and to the point so you can follow along with me without wasting your time and without long explanations. So let's go with it. Remember that this is part 4 of the use of English. It's called the keyword transformation because you need to transform this sentence with this word. But read the instructions first, please, so we don't make any mistakes. It says, complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence using the word given. Do not change the word given. This is the word they give you. So do not change the word given. You must use between 2 and 5 words, including the word given. Okay, so let's go with the first one. It says here, it wasn't necessary for us to arrive so early. Remember that we need to transform it into this sentence that it says, we so early using the word given, and do not change the word given. That is very important, okay? So it says, it wasn't necessary. Okay, the clue is wasn't necessary. It was not necessary. So if it's not necessary, I know that the word, what I'm looking for is we don't need. Okay, so I know that it was not. So it's in the past, not in the present. Okay, so here we will say we didn't need to arrive so early. So we didn't need to arrive so early. It wasn't necessary for us to arrive that early. Remember always to check the form of the verb, whether it's present, past, or future. Always look for the clue first. I regret not studying harder for the exam. And here we have a wish. And it says, I harder for the exam. Now, wishes. If the wish is in the present, okay, and this is, I regret not studying harder for the exam. So this one will tells me that the regret is for something that I didn't do in the past. Okay, I regret not studying in the past, last week, last month, last year, or whatever. So in this case, we have that wish. If we make a wish in the present, it will be a wish plus past. Simple. So it will be, I wish I was taller. No, because I wish now that I was taller. Okay. But if the wish is in the past, it will have to be, I wish I had eaten that delicious cake I didn't eat today. And now I wish I had done it. Okay, so the wishes in the present, we use the past. Wishes in the past, we use the past perfect. Okay, so saying that, how would you do this one? It says, I regret not studying harder for the exam. I didn't do it, and I wish now that I had done it. So in this case, it will be, I wish I had studied harder for the exam. Okay, next one. The storm prevented us from going to the beach. Because is the word that we need to introduce. And we couldn't go to the beach. The storm. Okay, this is very straightforward. I think it's very, very simple. We need to give a reason why we couldn't go to the beach. And then if we have to introduce because, we know that after a because can go like that. We couldn't go to the beach because the storm. Now, here, that will be incorrect. Why? Because after a because, we need to put a clause. We need to put subject, verb, because the weather was really bad, because it was raining, because there was a storm. Okay, here, when we have a noun after, a because, then we will use the of because of the storm. Okay? If we are going to use, if you are going to use a because alone, you need to put subject, verb, we need to put a clause, have to have a clause, okay, which is the subject, verb, da, da, da. But in this case, well, you just need the of, and then that will be okay. I'm sorry I broke your phone, Tom said. So the word given here is apologized. Apologized. Now, this is a reported speech. With reported speech, sometimes we have reporting verbs, and we use reporting verbs. Now, reporting verbs they can be followed by three different things. They can be followed by an infinitive or an object plus infinitive, okay? Infinitive, object plus infinitive, or it can be followed by an ing, the verb in ing. Now, apologize takes the preposition for. So apologize for. And after a preposition, you know that the next word, the verb, will have to be in ing. So Tom apologized for. Now, what did he apologize for? Sometimes you guys remember that sometimes you forget the most important parts, okay? It has to be, this sentence has to reflect this one. So never miss anything important. In this case, it will be break. He broke my phone. Okay, I'm sorry, I broke your phone. He broke my phone. So Tom apologized for breaking, because we said that after for goes ing. After a preposition, it goes an ing. Okay. Next one. It says, this is the first time I've visited Scotland. Okay. So we have here, I have visited. And here we have never. Okay. So we need to change this. We know that never goes with a present perfect, right? I have never done that. He has never done, he has never spoken, he has never eaten. Okay, so we have to use never with a present perfect. So if we need to change this one into a present perfect here, because it says before, okay, so we have to use the I have never. I have never what? I have never visited, okay? So I have never visited Scotland before, okay? Easy peasy, very easy. Next one. Although Sarah was ill, she went to work. Now, we have an although, okay, and a contrast. Sarah was ill, but she went to work. Okay, we have a contrast here. Because the normal thing for Sarah is to stay at home. Okay, here the word given is spite. Now, some of my students, sometimes they make the mistake of not differentiating between these two, and then sometimes they confuse the way they are written. So this one is in spite of, and you have the other one, and is despite. It's not despite of. It's not despite of, it's not in despite, okay? Now, it says Sarah went to work, and we have to put despite, so we will put in spite of, because that is the expression. In spite of. Now, here you say, okay, Anna, but now how do I do this? Because it says ill in here. This one, it tells me that she was ill, okay? She was ill. Okay, after this of, okay, in spite of or despite, we need to use the verb plus ing in ing, or we need to use the noun. what this verb in ing makes, this ing makes the verb a noun also, okay? So here it says, Sarah went to work in spite of. What will be the verb in here? We have the was, so it's the verb to be. And what is the, what is the form where we can use an ing with the verb to be? So after, in spite of being ill, Sarah went to work in spite of being ill. Okay? And that will be the correct form. People believe that the painting is worth millions. Here we have, every time that I see people believe, I need to think that this is going to be a passive. Okay? This second sentence is going to be a passive. So the word given is believed, and it's a passive reporting verb. Now, people believe is in present. The verbal form is present. So I know that the painting, we need to transfer it here into the present too, okay? Because it's in the present. So the painting is believed. Okay? And here is painting is worth millions. So the painting is believed. And here we have to use the to be. Is believed to, and whatever follows, okay? Is believed to plus the infinitive, da, da, da. So here it says, is believed to be worth. Sorry, you don't need to put anything else because the worth is there. Okay, question number 8. The last time I spoke to Emma was 2 weeks ago. The word given here is for, and the clues are 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks, and last time. We start with I haven't, okay? So there are possibilities because we have haven't, we have for, 2 weeks. Let's try a present perfect. So we said, I haven't, the verb is spoke, so spoken. To Emma, and then for 2 weeks. Now, you have to be careful with this, okay? My students, sometimes they do this. They say, okay, I haven't spoken to her, just to shorten it. I haven't spoken to her for 2 weeks. Now, in the instructions of this exercise, you have that the first sentence and the second sentence have to be similar. I would suggest to use as much information from the first sentence in the second sentence so you don't make any mistakes, because sometimes we try to shorten it a little bit and it changes the meaning. So try to fill the second sentence with as much information as in the first one. Do not try to avoid any of the information from here. So be careful with that. Number 9, you should book your tickets before Friday. Now here you have the word given better and a should. That will be the clue. Okay, in this one it says, your tickets before Friday. Okay, you can think, okay, well, this is a comparative, but the comparative will have to be like, it will be better if you, da, 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 da. Okay? But in this case, I will think about another possibility, and is you'd better, the verb book, you better book your tickets before Friday. And remember that this you'd better is you had better. You had better book your tickets before Friday. So if you want to use the long form, please do not put would, is you had better book. Okay, that is the expression, you had better book. Okay, number 10. The coffee was so hot that I couldn't drink it. Now, the word given is to, then you have was so hot. Okay? Now, it says, The coffee, we are going to use the verb was. And then we are going to introduce the to. Was too, and we have to put the adjective. Too hot. Now, here is when it gets a little bit complicated, okay? Who couldn't drink the coffee? It was me. So the coffee was too hot for me to drink. Okay, fine. This could be fine, right? Grammatically, it would be correct, but we have a problem. We have too many words. Remember at the beginning in the instructions, it says between 2 and 5 words. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will not be correct. How do we fix this? The coffee was too hot to drink. Simplify, and that will be it. Now, if you like this type of content and you would like to see more of it, you can always follow me and comment, and I will be happy to see all your comments. Thank you so much for your time, and see you in the next one.